G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen for Southern Cross Combat, and I'm here with the new Hex Flyweight Champion. I'm here with Cynthia Calvillo. First off, Cynthia, congratulations on the victory. How are we feeling afterwards?
Oh my God, that was a hell of a fight. Honestly, it was a dog fight. It was a lot harder than I expected it. I mean, I was ready for it, but sheesh, that first round, I was like, okay, here we go. So it took me a bit to warm up. I definitely started off really slow.
What about it was so tough? What was so unexpected?
She was definitely bigger than what I expected, and she was as strong as she said she was. So I was ready for that. But it just like, I don't know. It just took me a little bit. I wasn't like committing with my striking too much at the beginning, so I felt like I was a little like, just kind of throwing things out there. But eventually, I was able to like try to get the entries and was able to take her down. And once I started being a little bit more confident with like my scrambling and my situations, because at the beginning it was a little bit slow, but I got it. And then I mean, man, she was gunning for it, and I knew once it to the fourth and fifth that she was gonna come running at me, and I was just like, okay, here we go, okay, time the takedown, take the takedown. So I'm just happy I got it done.
You mentioned there, it was tougher at the start than you expected, and then all right, here we go. How was it to be back in a fight?
It was great. I mean, it's been over a year, almost a year and a half since my last fight, and honestly, over 4 years since I last won a fight. My last couple fights, my last two fights were splits, and then I got cut from the UFC. So it was really hard for me to stay motivated in there. I think that like my dog kind of dimmed down a little bit. A lot of people keep telling me, I was like, where's that Cynthia that was mean mugging the camera? The one that had the Nick and Nate Diaz like face off and all that, and almost kind of like I dimmed down my light. I knew that I still have that dog in me, but man, it took me a lot longer to get it back, and I think she's coming back, so I'm really stoked about that.
That fire, you can feel it. That fire is kind of burning bright again.
Yeah, she's coming back.
You were in control for lots of the fights. There was moments where there was that toughness, moments where you were on the back foot, especially. There was moments with striking. How do you bring that dog back? How do you bite down on that mouth guard and keep going? What do you tell yourself?
I think, just continuing to fight, being more consistent with fighting, because you do get a little bit of ring rust. Some people say it doesn't, but it's a little bit for everybody. I think for me, it definitely took me a little bit to like get going. When you're fighting consistently, like back then, I think like when I first I turned pro, I did 6 fights in 1 year. Compared to the last 4 years, have been really slow. I've done only 1 fight a year. So I just need to stay more consistent and get in those dog fights, in the gym, and just stay ready and keep training with the best people in the world. That's what's going to keep me confident.
I hate to hit you with this classic question, but I still will. You mentioned that when would you like to get back into a cage? Not necessarily this cage, but a cage.
Soon. I mean, get back to the drawing board, really work on some stuff, help some of my teammates get ready for their fights. But if I can get one before the end of the year or, early next year, I want to stay busy. I don't want to wait a whole another year to get in a fist fight. I gotta keep getting hit in the face so it doesn't like come to a surprise, kind of like takes me for surprise to be able to get hit in real time. Like, you get punched in training all the time and I get in fights, but it's different when it's a really thin glove versus a puffy. It feels a lot different.
I will bring it up. I asked you about this before the fight. Hex's next show is in November. That's within that time frame. I said to you, are you prepared to come back? Now you've got an extra bit of weight with you, but are you prepared to come back to Australia and fight again?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go back and check out, make sure my hands and everything that I'm like not injury free. And once I'm cleared, then back to it.
Australia would love to have you again. Do you have room in the luggage for this?
Yeah, I actually I brought 2 luggages for extra space because I was expecting to bring back the belt.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was ready.
Where will the belt live? Is this something that goes home? Does this go to the gym?
This one's gonna come home to me. I owed this one to myself. Like I really, before when I started fighting, I'm always like, I'm gonna do this for my family. I'm gonna do it for everybody. But honestly, I needed to prove this for myself. So this belt, this is for me.
I saw it before while you were sitting over there. You put out a $50 note. Did someone hand you a 50 when you were walking back out back?
Yeah, so if you guys want to continue doing that, maybe start a tradition where you start handing money to the winners. I'm all for it. That was really awesome. Whoever handed me 50 bucks, I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to go have some drinks on you. But yeah, I almost felt a little bit like a stripper, but I didn't have to take my clothes off. So that's cool. But, like I said, if you guys want to give me more money and throw it at me, I'm more than happy to take it.
You mentioned there you're going to buy some drinks with it. So it's getting spent before you go home?
Yeah, because otherwise I have to go change it, So it's Australian money. I got to spend it here.
I was going to say that's about $4 US. So do spend it here because the exchange rate's garbage. So
Yeah, definitely going to spend it here for sure.
and finally for me, again, congratulations on the victory. In the cage, afterwards, you were quite emotional with the post-fight interview with Frank Barker. What was it about it that brought out those emotions?
Like I said, I needed this for myself. I really need to prove to myself. It was really hard for me to stay motivated. Not having won a fight for the last 4 years and just having close fights. My last 2 fights were split decisions. I was really worried that even if I had a dominating performance, that being that it's her hometown, that possibly the judges could have, given it to her. You never know what the judges are going to do. Every time you step in there, you're not just fighting her, you're fighting the judges as well. So it meant the world to me. It took a lot of me. I really needed to get it out. I needed to pull that win, and I did it. So it just meant the world to me. I really needed this win.
And you absolutely earned it. Cynthia, the night belongs to you. Thank you so much for the time. I do hope this isn't the last time you and I share words, but if it is, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations on the win. The night belongs to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.